What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's having a great day today. So the camera might seem a little high, and that's because I got the new vlog setup finally put together with the mic. So hopefully we sound pretty decent, but today we're doing a mod that we've been looking forward to doing for a while. By we, I mean Nickel, who's in the house today to help us. He got a day off work, and we're working with, oh no, out the window. I don't need to replace that too. It's raining. So as you guys can see, it's pouring down rain right now. It's not really pouring, but it's raining pretty good right now because we are getting hit by the outskirts of Hurricane Sally, as I said in the last video. This is actually the next day. We're literally filming this the day after I filmed that video. So yeah, we're taking out our clutch fan and going with our electric fan, which also, since it's out here, we've got the new intake also getting mocked up. Not this garbage here, but underneath it. We're waiting on a couple more pieces and they'll be ready. We got Tycon parts, we've got AEM filters. It's gonna be pretty dope. We've already done a little bit of test fitting, and Michael says he's pretty darn excited. So, what? Did you get it?
She's off.
That was quick. So, what we're doing right now is we're taking the clutch fan out, which is gonna be pretty simple.
So I probably need to mention what I just did there. It's actually something I learned when I did the Mazda's timing chains. So if you look down her, there's the 4 bolts that hold the water pump, I assume, to the actual pump itself, and then the clutch fan assembly is what Jordan told me. So if it's wrong, I'm taking off the wrong thing. It's Jordan's fault. But you basically just take a ratchet like this, or even a closed end, wedge it in there, and then grab it with the pliers, and then you just opposite the force and it comes off just like a normal bolt. So you're good there.
So the fan's
after
ready.
After that, you just take that off. Take the 2 bolts for the shroud off, I believe, is what I was told by Adamson, which he did all the research. I'm just doing a label. And then take it all out and ta-da.
That was quick.
I'm getting wet, so we're gonna cover this up somehow and not get wet.
Yeah, so, which is why my GoPro was just under the hood of the truck, was to kind of keep the rain off, because you can see now I'm like torrentially soaked. But this is really fun and exciting. This is one of the first big performance mods we've done in a hot minute with this thing. Since the full bolt-on setup was completed, actually. We haven't done anything since performance-wise. Yes, the Fabo. So we'll talk more about the intake. It's actually, if you guys watched last video and were upset that I cut a large chunk of the ending clip out, 1, because that video was almost 20 minutes long otherwise, and 2, because I haven't gotten it unveiled yet, but since most parts are here, we've already laid out anyway.
We can kind of mock it up again and show them.
Yeah, so basic idea of what we're doing here is we've got our we're doing a custom built AEM intake, which I've always wanted to do. I love AEM parts. So it's mostly import stuff, but I do like their stuff. So
what I'm thinking of currently is just removing this.
That's our second 45, and just running it straight right there.
Just run it straight through it, and then the filter will sit pretty solid, like right here.
Yeah, and it won't
It'll look a lot better, I think. But
so we did get 1 extra bend in that case, and Michael's actually going to be vinyl wrapping possibly the piping.
Yeah, because I've already got vinyl wrap stuff on the Charger, and it's doing pretty good so far. It hasn't caught on fire or nothing. So
yeah, so we're gonna do matte black on that to give it a full black look, and then
so that way it'll heat soak better. I wouldn't do that just yet.
Screw that either.
That way it'll heat soak better.
Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on.
So, but
we are gonna make a heat shield for it eventually. People are probably gonna comment, "Oh, it's a hotter intake," but we're gonna do it. No kidding. Good. I ate teeth. So we're gonna do a heat shield on it eventually once we have a bit more time and the materials to do that.
Wholly outdated.
What?
Both of those.
Oh, those TVs, yeah. That's what I was going to use for a second monitor for a minute.
Can we use this?
Yeah. As long as you fold it and put it back up. But anyway, we're going to get set up here to do the rest of the job. And I may go get my long tripod and put it out here with Michael so he can... since I'm like about to die from starvation. So what I might do is just go microwave my lunch and bring it out here. Screw it. Instead of eating inside. Yeah, so Michael, all we have to do left to get the clutch fan out, since we've just gotten the actual fan unbolted from it.
I say we just roll it forward more into the garage, then we don't have to worry about the tarp.
You want me just to go grab the Equinox and move it out of the way?
No, just literally we can move this out of the way and not disturb the garage at all.
So yeah, we're gonna do that and get the garage kind of situated for this, and then
because it is raining just a bit much, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get back to it and try to get this knocked out decently fast. We have a lot of wire. We don't have a lot of wiring to do. We really don't. We have just kind of a little bit of wiring. So all that said, let's get that clutch fan out of here. I'm gonna go make my lunch and put this on my big tripod, and we'll get back to it.
You can literally spin the.
So as my fat self eats some KFC today. That's my job.
No sir.
So we got the fan unmounted, as you guys saw, which is just a 36 mil nut on the fan itself, and then
or just a regular pair of pliers.
No, that's what we did. Probably not the best way to go about it, but it worked. Thanks, Dad, for your tools.
It worked.
And then there's two 10mm bolts on the shroud itself that can go that. So they just slide up. Really easy process unless you have like a crusty fan. Luckily mine wasn't crusty. So right now we're gonna get the main harness and stuff hooked up. I really shouldn't be eating while I'm recording, shouldn't I? But so yeah, we got the Radiator Pro plugged in as well, which is going to be what tells the trucks, the fan controller, hey, it's time to turn on. And so very simple process. Like I said, it's very non-invasive, which is what we wanted when we were building this kit. So I'm going to leave the camera running for a minute. I'm actually going to switch over clips to a time lapse as we get this stuff. Well, actually, no, we won't time lapse most of it. But we're going to record kind of like the key kind of things to highlight. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'll cut it off for a minute, finish eating, and then we'll get back to the action. All right, so we are now putting our fan in place. So like I said, if you guys watched the unboxing video on this, we're doing a singular 17-inch fan. Very, very easy stuff, because the stock fan, which right here, is only 18-inch. So I'm actually gonna bring this a little bit closer to show you guys how our process is of what we're doing, because I feel like this is gonna be a bit more in-depth than usual, because we usually don't go in-depth with installs on this channel, but I'm gonna try to shield the camera a little bit. So as you guys can see, Michael is just now mounting, trying to figure out a place where to put the fan, since we're gonna be putting it kind of in the way of the AC condenser as well.
Yep, but that'll sit just like that, pretty much. Okay,
so how are we gonna get the bottom ones in exactly? Because
same way we do the top ones.
I think it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the three-letter word there to get those bottom two in. Top two don't look too bad. So pretty much the mounting solution for these, as I talked about in the unboxing, is it's literally going to be two little like zip tie looking things that push through the radiator and then has another piece on the end that cinches up. It sounds jank. It sounds jank, but they assure that this is like a really strong material that the stuff's made out of. So hopefully it works. I don't want to have a fan sitting on the bottom of the truck anytime soon. That wouldn't be terribly fun. But so people are probably going to ask right away, is this going to add horsepower? And technically, possibly, yes. Yeah. But not a lot. Michael estimates, in the teens, but we're not quite sure, and I don't have enough money to dyno it twice to find out. It's already too late. We already got the clutch fan out, and I'm not putting it back in for our dyno test. So that's kind of where we're at. So we are probably going to feel a noticeable difference in power, though. Granted, this engine has 240,000 miles, so that's no guarantee there. But that's kind of where we're at right now. We're getting everything out to start doing the mounting procedure. So obviously, this is where I'm going to come into play. And I have to put the camera down for a minute while we do that. Why is the package green all of a sudden? All right, so we ran into a bit of a hiccup with the mounting, because what was going on is it wasn't going through both the radiator and the condenser at the same time. So Michael here developed the new idea that we're doing, and it's a pretty handy idea. Yeah, so we're just taking out the two top 10mm bolts that hold the radiator in. And all we're just going to do is pull it out of the two little mounts down the bottom. You'll see them. Just pick up on the radiator, and you can just slide it forward. Just be careful, because there's hard line tubings, but all we need to do is just get access to here. Probably clean it out while you're at it. And like we are doing. Yep. And we're pretty much going to be sticking these through one at a time, because you can see this one, it hit the condenser and smushed. So yeah, so basically now we're going to feed it through the radiator and then through the condenser one by one. That way when we mount everything up, it'll be sitting as it should. So if you look now, so I pushed it through, and it's only like a 1-inch thick radiator. You can stick through. I'll probably just leave the slack in there in case you ever have to mount it to another vehicle or something, because you can't even see it. And it's nothing. So yeah, so now that we got that, easy to mount, then we'll just go from there. There we go. So we're gonna get everything set up and get the fan ready to go back in, and then I'll cut the video back on when we're actually putting the fan in, which, like I said, is gonna be a pretty simple install. So the part is really getting it right centered for both the condenser and the radiator in a car like this with a condenser. I mean, most cars have a condenser. So yeah. And one thing that we're gonna do that I just thought of, because it's probably gonna be a little easier, I'm gonna actually mount the fan on it first, stick them through, and then pull it off. That way we can actually see
make sure it's straight and everything without trying to squish it between the motor and whatever. So.
Okay, so we're not going through the condenser at all?
No.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna take care of that and get back to you guys in a minute. So I know I said I would never use the iPhone again, so I apologize for the downgrade in quality here, but the GoPro's dead, so had to bring out the phone eye for one last time, one last run, hopefully for a while. So I apologize for how jank it looks. I had to upscale the clip to fit the 2.7K on my GoPro records in. Man, Michael's dirty already. He's getting dirty. Sorry. I don't clean the engine bay very often.
Nobody does.
So the
fan. So we're done with the fan. The fan is installed.
The fan is in. Looking almighty fine for an electric fan. Feels sturdy-ish.
Ish.
Does it feel sturdy to you?
All it's doing is just spinning a little fan.
There you go. So yeah, all we gotta do is.
This is rainwater, totally not sweat.
He's not even sweating a little bit. It's nothing to him. It was so easy. But pretty much all we're doing from here. The fun part begins, where we wire everything up, which should be pretty simple.
Dead simple.
And the only thing we're gonna have to worry about is the ignition switch, which he said that we can wire to that ground. If that's a ground, I don't know. That's not a ground.
No, I need a positive.
Okay, well he said that he may have to do something else with that because I don't know.
No, I can do it with that, but your running lights have to be on for the fans to work.
Well, they're always on, so.
Okay. So I might be able to tap off that.
Yeah. So
I might be able to just put it on the screw.
There you go.
Maybe.
It's a pretty short screw, so.
I don't think that'll work. I think it has to be on the positive side for sure.
Okay. So what's kind of we're running into right now is the getting that wire specifically. And then we have an AC override. Now the advantage is my AC doesn't work. So it turns on, it just doesn't blow cold. So I barely use it anyway. So I think we're gonna leave that alone for a minute until we can find all the wiring for the AC. And then we'll tap into that and get the compressor wire, power wire to that wire, probably after I get it fixed completely. So Mike was now reinserting the probe, which is gonna tell the radiator how hot the coolant is from the top side of the engine. And it will then set the fan once we get that configured to come on and all that stuff. So pretty simple stuff in here.
A way to mount this a little better.
Like run it.
I could probably mount it like that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty much in the home stretch now. This has been really, really easy. So what would you say for a beginner wanting to do this for one of their first car mods? Would you say it's totally doable?
Yeah.
As long as they have a background in wiring, of course. Like this guy and my dad, of course, who both do wiring all the time. Well, Michael, not all the time.
Hard though.
So pretty simple, especially if you do something like this from Derale.
Oh, it came with zip ties. It came with 4 zip ties.
Yeah, so we're good.
So we can zip tie these. I'd probably just do one right here, right?
Yeah, just to kind of get another one. I mean, it won't look pretty, but I mean, it'll get the job done. So, last 2 possible performance mods ever for this truck. I think this is going to be the two biggest notices we're going to get outside of like throwing this thing on a dyno, having it dyno tuned and everything. But thanks, airplane. So yeah, we're going to get back to it, and I'll let you know how things go and progress as we go. So now we are wiring up what is going to go on our positive terminal here. Hopefully, don't break it, don't break it, don't break it, don't break it. Pressure's on.
I do what I want.
The pressure's on, Michael.
Yeah.
As my voice cracks. So thankfully, Michael.
So this is the high speed.
Yes, which is what we're hooking up. That way, we don't have the low speed come on. This thing starts getting hot. Wouldn't that be some jank? So we're hooking up to our positive terminal over here with that piece. Wouldn't that suck?
No, sir. It'd be great.
Sure.
So.
So it looks weird though, not seeing this giant shroud anymore and not seeing a full-on connection right here. This looks weird. I don't know, I like it. It's going to be good with the horsepower gain, so, and possibly fuel mileage. Michael, so we might actually gain a couple miles per gallon.
I need to cut this open.
Pretty dope. You have to split it. Oh, broke it. Rip. Intentionally broke it.
Technically, yeah.
Why am I breathing so hard? I can like feel it bounce off my phone just now. The pressure's on. So, pretty much at this point, we're just working on wiring, which is going to be pretty simple. Thankfully, there's really good instructions.
Time consuming.
Yes, very time consuming, but not hard for the most part. Minus finding a way to get an ignition switch kind of thing on the yellow wire over there. So if you buy the exact parts we did, which I'll show you guys part numbers while Michael's doing this, because I realized I never showed that off in the original video. So our fan is part number 18217. And then I believe the fan controller, I don't know where the box is for that. I think it's actually in my room. It's a 162 part number. I'll probably try to remember to put a picture of it on screen. I usually don't, but I was waiting for Michael to comment on that. So pretty simple stuff from there on out. So yeah, we're going to get this wiring out of the way, which if you're following along with the instruction manual and the Derale fan controller, this will be pretty simple, but pretty much we're wiring this wire from the fan directly, the high-speed fan wire directly to power. And then what the module is going to do is it's actually going to ground it out, and that'll be what turns it on. When it's not on, it'll automatically turn the ground off, and we'll be good to go. And the way we're going to wire the ground in is possibly into the same ground that we used for the halos, which is right there, very attractively placed.
So do we touch the negative to the negative and see if it turns on?
I mean, we can try.
You do it.
Why do you want me to do it?
I'm scared.
Just grab it with a wire. Don't touch the actual metal post. Oh, you're talking about using the wire.
It don't reach.
Yeah, that wire's not going to reach. So, yeah. We're in the home stretch now. It's just getting this done.
Strom stretch. So can we ground it to the block? Was this aluminum?
No, it's an iron block.
Oh, so it'd still work. It don't reach.
So where are we gonna? Oh my God! What did you eat? I smelled that.
Mexican.
Oh, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was thinking of that at KFC too. I was dang.
My junk tis raunchy.
So now we just got to figure out our ground for the fan, which I thought went into the harness.
Yeah, but it's gonna ground. It goes into the harness, but it's also gonna ground out to something else here. Yeah. Right here. But I need some more weird strip.
So. Yeah, like we were just saying, as long as you're following the instructions here, which I think the diagram's here actually. I think this is for the fan. Is this for the fan or is this the, yes, this is the fan. So right here is the diagram for the controller itself, which if you follow here, the wiring side, if I can get this situated. So here is the actual wiring diagram if you guys have one of these.
The diagram diagram?
Yes. So our yellow wire is a 12 switch ignition, which is what that yellow wire is. Our green wire is the override circuit for the air conditioning, as well as our black wire, which is the chassis ground, which we're probably going to wind up tapping into this guy right here. And then we have our positive battery terminal to the fan, and the negative wire is going to go to a 30 amp fuse, which is attached to the harness itself for the fan module. And then, like I said, the only thing we're going to have to fight is that switch ignition wire, which may need to be added to a circuit of some sort. I haven't figured that out just yet, but Michael's hard at work on getting the last wiring done on this end. And from there, it'll be pretty simple as just hooking everything up to plugging everything into the module, and we'll be done. All right, guys, so last little bit of stuff left. We're putting the negative terminal back on. Did you hook the wire in?
Not yet.
Okay.
So I just wanted to get this thing on because I don't want to deal with it.
So Michael does not like working with electrical stuff, if you guys didn't know. He knows how to wire, but doesn't like dealing with it. Which is fair. Electrical stuff is a little bit sketch. So, all's well as it ends well.
Okay, we're done. I'm not touching it anymore. We're not done yet, but I just...
So our next tasks are going to be to get the ground wire into that butt connector there on the negative terminal, and then hooking the harness up and then going for a test start. So how we're going to test it, since we don't have a circuit yet for the ignition switch, is we're going to pretty much just plug it into the positive terminal. We're going to touch it to the positive terminal and then verify the fan spins and that we are fine and dandy. And then we'll work on getting a circuit added for that. And we probably won't be going for a test drive in this video unless we can get the positive source figured out, which we're still working on.
What'd you stop for?
What? So I'm still recording.
What'd you know? You stopped talking.
I brain farted for a second there. So yeah, that's all we got to do is we got to figure out that one positive connection, and then that's game, and we're done with the conversion. So like he was just saying, really simple job for people that are just trying to do their first mod, and this is really simple. As long as you have a background in electrical, like kind of knowing how to wire, which really is pretty simple with this stuff. I mean, it tells you exactly where to go.
It tells you how to do it. Like
yes, it's that good. So props to Derale for actually doing really good instructions, unlike Spec D with their freaking intake. That don't even get me started on that again. We'll be here all day. So yeah, all we gotta do now. Oh, we still have to mount the actual module.
Yep, mount it.
So which we're gonna do double-sided tape because we don't feel like drilling holes. So there's the actual controller with the relay already inserted. So we are in the home stretch. The easy part is out of the way. The hard part's out of the way. Chicken animal. There we go. And yeah, I think we're about ready for a start, aren't we? Let me go get the GoPro, as that is about to be, well, semi-charged, and we'll be ready to do our first start.
Be fast.
Think so? So we've got everything wired in. We're about to do a test run with the fans here. So we've got our AC override to pretty much force it to turn on, and we have our ignition switch wire, which is going to be used to pretty much give
probably
the thing
tap
power.
it in right here.
Maybe.
This doesn't even need to be in it, but we're testing it out to make sure the thing runs, and it does. But yeah, this can probably go in right here for ignition, because that's ran to the key for the halos. And then this is for AC or a switch if you want to just turn it on manually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just put those two together and connect it to a positive.
As you see, it started blasting. And it's a pretty quiet fan for high speed. And I know I can't convey it on video. It is moving air. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty darn sweet. So that's kind of where we're at now.
We can take it for a drive right now.
Oh gosh, with it having no fan on it.
Well, just to see what the throttle response is, see if it's any different, or just rev it, like literally just rev it.
Yeah, put the intake back on and give it a little. Because I mean, we really don't have anything else to do right now. We're done, minus that one wire.
Yeah, but your dad's gonna sort that out if he wants it on his switch, or else we'll just have to go and find another tap. So a 2-use fab, yeah.
We'll see what he says when he gets back home in like an hour, because I think it's like, what time is it now? It is 4:55 when we're recording this clip here. So I think we're gonna throw the intake on and see what the throttle response is like. So I apologize to my neighbors. Luckily, my neighbors like cars, so I think we're good. These two don't know, but these two don't. So yep, we're about wrapped up.
The module still too.
Yeah, we still have to figure that out.
I think it's just gonna go.
We're gonna probably 3M it to the underside of that right there. Oh yeah, fits perfectly.
I'm gonna leave it sit there so that way water. Oh. I'm just gonna leave it upside down for now.
Okay.
That way nothing gets in it, no water, nothing.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go grab the key. We're gonna put the intake back on first.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna start. I don't know what that noise was just made, but anyway, guys. All right, so here we go. First start, electric fan. Okay. Hope it's not blasting cooling out. Would it be blasting cooling out of that water pulley?
Shouldn't. I didn't take anything off of it except for the fan.
Okay. Did it have like an outlet anywhere in there? Like coolant shouldn't come out through that very hole, right? Guess we'll find out here in a moment.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. So we're just gonna take a short trip around my neighborhood to see how it feels. I'm a little concerned about getting through here because it's been raining, like I said, so my backup camera is quite covered. Yeah, it's heating up a little quicker. 70 degrees already. Was that like 62 or something like that when we started it?
It'll cool down as you're driving too, forward anyway.
Yeah. Grab this window touch because it's a little warm in here. Oh my gosh. I barely touched it.
You can go up to the other cul-de-sac if you want to go for a little longer. This should be fine.
I'm not trying to take it terribly long. See, I can already tell right away that it's really sensitive, which is kind of different. That's going to take some getting used to, for sure. Oh, man, we're almost 100 degrees, and it's just been running for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because you don't have a continuously running fan.
Yeah.
Cold starts would be better. You don't have to sit there and let it warm up for years.
Yeah, I'm barely touching the gas, and it's like trying to go.
I wish you can give it one good watt pull.
Yeah, we're gonna get that in my neighborhood. It's too loud.
Of course, if it does get up to temp, we can plug in and try and set up our temps and stuff.
That's true.
I'll leave that circuit override off until we get our fan temps sorted.
Got it.
And then all you have to do is just plug in the fan temps, or the ignition switch, and we're good.
It does feel a lot more sensitive. I'm ready to feel the more power difference, though, whenever we actually start getting ready to beat on it a little bit.
Yeah, I think you could take it for one trip. Like you said, you got coolant in the reservoir. Once we get the ignition switch set in, and the coolant temperature set up, I think you'd be good.
One thing I want to point out real quick, too, while this is going on, is it still has that coolant leak. So we haven't gotten the hose replaced yet. So that's I'm a little bit sketched out about taking it outside of the neighborhood. Power steering bump, though.
Oh.
It really feels different. I can definitely tell a slight difference on the throttle side of things. But like I said, my main thing is the top end side. With the heating up as fast as it is, it does concern me a little bit.
What?
I'm more about the coolant leak than I am the fan issue.
Yeah.
It's already up to almost full operating temp. Where do we even go? Probably to the next neighborhood and turn back around, right?
Well, if we're not gonna hook it up just yet, I would wait.
Okay.
Let's go back to your house if it's already close to the operating temp, because as slow as we're going, it's definitely not gonna cool it down.
Yeah, we're already at 140, and it usually sits 186 operating. That's crazy though, because I usually don't hit 140 until I'm up at the top.
Do the whole nah, don't do it.
It's not hot enough yet. I've tried it at 140, it doesn't do it at all. So yeah, I feel a noticeable difference. So we're gonna wait and get the temp set up properly, and then once we do that, we'll be done, and that'll be it. We'll get the temp situated, and then we'll what was I gonna say? Get the ignition switch sorted out, and then this will be complete. We'll be under full electric conversion, and oh yeah, that took nothing. That took so little effort to get it to do that one little blip right there.
Dude, I want to plug the fans in and take it for an actual trip. We can leave it always on.
I mean,
but that's alternator strain.
Yeah,
kind of, not really, but still.
So yeah, like I said, huge thanks to Michael for coming and doing this for me.
Hi.
Go give Michael a subscribe on his YouTube channel as well as his Instagrams. Go follow his grams.
Subscribe.
Yes, sir. Worked like a charm.
Just,
that Kendallstone quality work. Alright.
Bye, guys.
So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content coming soon on the channel. And, yeah, go follow Michael's stuff. Stay tuned for our next performance mod, which will be doing the, intake, the AEM custom intake, which we still got to figure out how we're gonna make it look better because the chrome's kind of tacky. But anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on Monday with the intake side of things. Stay tuned for that. Hope you all have a good day. Take care, everyone.